All right. Good morning. Good morning. All right. I see Kelly on here bright and early on a Saturday morning. Wow. Or late, should I say, Sunday evening, whichever it is. Hey, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the call. It is Saturday. We didn't go out and put a lot of big special things out today because we've all been working diligently on these email campaigns. So we're going to go through a couple of things this morning, give you guys a little update and let you know where we are and what's going on. And then after that, we are going to discuss some of the issues we have found this week in our campaigns. So obviously, one of the first things I always do is, I think I've shared it with you before. I'm very upfront, tell you what's kind of going on. So you can't actually start to see how your marketing goes until you start marketing. And we've not been able to start marketing because we've had nothing but headaches and hiccups. And a marketing system strategy typically takes about 6 weeks to tune it, to get it in place. So that's what we've been doing this week. So before we get started, welcome wherever you are around the world. Welcome to the call. It is Saturday morning. It is May the 20th. Wow, this month is far and along, which means next weekend will be Memorial Weekend. For those of you that have what they call May Day in Europe and Memorial Weekend, that's, I believe, is the only certain parts of the world have that. There are other people that we don't want to forget. So bottom line to deal is, guys, we will not be doing next Saturday's call as it sits at the moment. The offices will be closed on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Now, I may jump on next week with a particular person that if we can get them on board. And if I do, I will send out an email to all of you to let you know, hey, join in for a quick 10-minute call to say hi to somebody new. So for those of you that don't feel that you don't have to, you're enjoying the weekend, please. It's a big weekend in most parts of the world. It's kind of the launch of the summer, and you guys sometimes go away. So just so you give you a heads up, as of right now, we will not be doing a call next weekend. However, there'll be some important stuff going on this week that we can share with you. So welcome to the call, everybody. We're gonna do a screen share first and go through a couple of things of what we've been doing right from the get-go. The first thing is I want you to know that we put a new video up that thank you for everybody liking that. And there are 2 more on the way. Herman is the one I'm talking about right now. That video has been up. And that's one of the ones we're using in a campaign. We've also changed some landing pages, and we will be ongoing changing and tweaking pages, so you know. So let's quickly go through an update, and then we'll answer some questions, Q&A, whatever else we need to do. So complete section. So we started our Facebook campaign yesterday. Yeah, we're running behind, guys who didn't join in on Wednesday's call. We're not going to hide that from you. We are running behind. But on our campaign we started yesterday, our post reached out to 22,000 people so far, a little over. Engagement, new likes are up 40. So guys, from here, they go over to a landing page. So once they click on the link, so that's the Herman video that you guys have seen that we've started pushing. My goal was to reach out to about 100,000 people. So we got another couple of days yet to see where that runs to, but it looks like we're on track. This has not even been up yet 24 hours. It's only been about 12 hours. So our engagements is a good percentage. And obviously our likes, people going over. So we're getting the word out. Now this went to India, it went to Spain, and it went to, there was 2 other countries actually. I wish Deanna was on the call with me. But anyway, bottom line to this is it went out to 4 different countries. Spain is definitely one of them. India was another one, so we can start getting ready for our marathon program. Now, we also changed the landing page. So your personal landing page that now comes up, we've gone to less is more. Now, there's a new video that we're doing, which should be done by about Wednesday. We've got the video in here right now, which is called the top 10 reasons to join. However, to be upfront with all you guys, this video itself is the video for the AAP program. So we are in the process of changing that out, and we expect that to be up by Wednesday. It could be up Tuesday, which would be 10 reasons why to join Avazoo. So what we've done is with heat maps and several different landing pages, giving ideas, we've got all kinds of different landing pages that we have built. Again, starting different marketing campaigns going through signups. So we started now being able to track to see what the campaigns are doing, where are the campaigns going, what is happening to them. And if you've noticed, what we have done is we have put a new pop-up. Now, Kelly made some suggestions this morning about the wording. This was a last-minute thought. We didn't even get it approved. What we wanted to do was try it. So when somebody goes to this site now, this pop-up will come up. Now, what we found out is late Thursday afternoon, and you can expand it if you want to, or you can just exit it out if you don't want to. Now, we're going to tweak this and change it, so please don't panic. And great suggestions, Kelly, we're on top of it. So thank you for your help. Now, what we have found out is this, okay? And again, I'm kind of one of them guys that tells you the way it is because I can't really change too much. But we're getting a lot of traffic to our site. We're getting a lot of traffic to our site, okay? If you look at our site and our traffic, where it's coming from, and I'll quickly do that. So you can see that we're getting, on a daily basis, unique visitors. This was yesterday starting the campaign off. Like, for example, when you go in here, it'll say visitors, page visitors came from activity. So when you click in here, you'll see that where it's coming from, either news desk or it's coming from visitors activity. It's coming in from Facebook. So it just comes in from different places where we got it, Kingston, so people all around the world. We know page view visitors parts. We know what's going on, but what we have found out is this. We have found out that we're bringing the traffic to the site here. The problem is they're not purchasing. So after long discussions and a lot of comments, and then back and even talking to some people, we've kind of realized what we think the problem is. And the problem is there's no urgency. If you got to buy 50 million tickets, so I went back and done some study work on Thursday, because you always go backwards when you're trying to find out what the problem is going forward, in my opinion. So we went back and we looked at recent lotteries around the world from Al Gordo. We even looked, or I looked at even scratch-offs and raffles, what are done. And what I found out was this, and this is the best way to explain it. The average person, when a lottery launches, does not buy a ticket that day. It's less than 8% of people. So a lottery starts typically once a week. Sometimes there's 2 a week, depending on what country or state you're in, or the main lotteries. They have smaller lotteries. And that means when they launch it, if it's, say, a Saturday launch or a Monday launch, whatever, the percentages are so low. Then each day they get a little bit higher until the day of the drawing. And the day of the drawing, it gets about 65% of the ticket percentages of the ticket available. Okay. So looking at some of these numbers and understanding what these numbers are, it's kind of common sense saying what's happening is, oh yeah, people are finding out about us. People are even talking about us. We got a couple of ideas on here you're going to see this coming week. So there'll be a little button. I'm not sure where it will be. It'll be on the left or on the right. And it'll say, welcome Kelly, or welcome Peter, or welcome Susan. So it's going to show activity. Then people are going to be coming from the landing pages, as well as some of the people that are signing up, obviously. So when you fill in this, what we're going to do over onto this page here, it'll have a little pop-up saying, welcome to Avazoo. So it sees the amount of traffic that's coming to the site. Now, we're hoping to have that all in by most probably Wednesday, could be in by Tuesday as well. So what that may do is create the urgency to buy the ticket now. So if you go back to your Avazoo website and you read what this says here, and I'm a horrible reader, so forgive me. So attention, you're going to be shocked. Well, we started that off because the top of the site. Now, what this is doing also is for those people in the country that you've got a slow load. In other words, the site's not loading that quick, that we know when we went to India, we saw that problem. We know we went to Egypt, we saw that problem. So this comes up immediately, or when I want to say immediately, within a couple of seconds, while the rest of the site is loading. So it's doing two things. Then it says, read this before going any further, as you are at a high risk of becoming addicted. Okay, so we're trying to get some kind of into their head. Okay, what do you mean? So we're now having a conversation with them rather than just writing a story. That's why we put it this way. What do you mean? First, the purchase of only one ticket, you most probably won't go into debt. Okay, so in other words, we're trying to tell people, if you purchase right from the get-go, you're not going to go into debt. You're not going to come to this site and have a $2,000, $10,000, $20,000 tab at the bottom of the page. We're trying to get that out and get that address right in the beginning. But by using the free mobile app, you'll receive unlimited free entries. You see, using the new game methodology, you can enjoy daily activities at the same time be rewarded with free entries. So we're trying to show to them that it's doing some activities, it's free, and you can receive free entries. Well, there are only 50 million tickets available worldwide, and you have people, they want to find out. So you have, that's why they click through. You have a 1 in 3 chance of winning the cash prize. So you pretty well guys know this. So we're trying to actually work it that when they open it, it's at an important point. So guys, that's why I'm not going to go through the whole thing. You guys can do that. So the concept here, and as you see towards the bottom, it talks about the amount of entries that you can see. So I put down here, however, you can only purchase one ticket, but you can receive unlimited free entries. One more time, like make it stick out. If you purchase a lottery ticket and you don't win, it's game over. However, with our raffle and unlimited free entries. So again, I won't go into every reading of everything, but we're trying to explain to them that this is why you want to get started at the beginning. And we have a couple of other ideas. So we're working on a character that we potentially may have a character that may be on the screen, what they call a green screen, a person talking. We don't know yet if we can get a celebrity to do that, but there is a possibility that we can get a celebrity to do that. So I just want to let you guys know what was going on there. Additionally to our campaigns, the campaigns are going out, but they're going out at such a low number that it is annoying. So what we've done this week, we had our tech team, the guys we absolutely love, Roy, who's project manager, Ruma, who puts it together, and we've built in our own email program. Now we're up for testing this weekend, and this will be an emailer that we can now test our own emails using our own IP addresses. So we are not moving into the email business, but we cannot and will not wait and be told what we can do from somebody else. So we're under restrictions here of what we can do. And this is a expensive company each and every month that we have to use. So we just cannot get enough emails out. The emails are going out. They are clicking through, as you can see, the click-through ratios. But this should have been, instead of 25,000, this should have been 250,000 for $1 million. Paul started this campaign, I think, around 6 o'clock last night. So bottom line to the deal is, guys, we're not happy with what's going on here. The way you fix it is build your own, which is what we're doing. So, guys, overall, it's been a general kind of a week for us. We've got, I think, we're up to 8 or 10 different pages now. So each time there's a lead generation that goes out to the page, we know where it comes from. It tracks. And again, what the names will do is as they pop in here, they will come up on the screen on the main page saying welcome. Again, encouraging people to move forward. So let me look at my other messages here. So we have 2 more videos coming in this week. Then videos will be in most probably Wednesday, Thursday. They're a little bit different than what we've done. Let me quickly, if I can find it here. I don't know if I can. Maybe I can. The approach we're going is a little bit different. So
the high rise in cybercrime and philanthropic scams.
Can you hear that?
Cybercrime and philanthropic scams these days will make
yes, we can.
Okay, so let me start it from the beginning, guys. So you've all got it.
The high rise in cybercrime and philanthropic scams these days will make you want to skip this video, thinking this might just be one of those scams. But what if this is real? Then it would be the best video you come across on the internet today. Avazoo has created the only platform in the world right now that rewards you for giving. Everyone says, hey, give to this cause or to that cause, but no one ever says by giving, you stand a chance to win $1 billion, except for Avazoo. We have created the first ever worldwide $1 billion raffle for charitable causes, with a top prize of $1 billion to be paid out in full, in one lump sum. There are also over 16 million other cash prizes to be awarded, and with 1 in 3 overall odds of winning a cash prize, I would say it's totally worth a shot. Don't sleep on this. There are only 50 million raffle ticket entries available for sale worldwide, and they are selling fast. What do you have to lose? Click the attached link to take a shot and join the raffle now.
So we've kind of done a different approach, and then after getting all the statistical data and looking at the numbers Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we also realized, we've now got to go more towards explaining how you can increase your probability. Again, we don't know, but we are feeling that the traffic's going over to the site. They're just not hitting the button to say sign up. Obviously, once we know the sign up pages work, then we can increase the traffic to the site. There's lots of different ways to do that. But what we've also done is the Herman video you've done, we've reworded that, changed it to a different name, and that is the one that they're going out with right now, excuse me, on the Facebook page. So again, we're starting to push. We got the influencers started. We actually meet on Monday. They run a couple of days behind. On Monday, we'll actually be picking the actual influencers that will be on board with us. So it's kind of excited. And we expect the influencers to start Wednesday. So with a couple of tweaks to the site, which we're going to need to do, I want to be upfront with you. Every time we start a campaign, it doesn't matter what company we've done this for, a marketing campaign takes about 6 weeks to get it fine-tuned in. I think we can do it in most probably 3 weeks, due to the fact is that we've got things prepared. Like normally you would walk into a cold situation, you got to build from ground up. So I think we'll be okay in about 3 weeks, and you'll start to see some momentum. But at the moment, we got to start tweaking things. We got to see, where did they go? Why did they not do this? Talk to them people and get the answers. What we are finding out is the one thing that we thought was maybe a problem was the credibility issue. We're not seeing that credibility issue at the moment. Now, we're working on keeping that up front, so we'll continue to do that. So it's like anything else, guys, and Justin and I were talking about it yesterday, is one viral situation can change this whole thing in 24 hours. I mean, literally hours. So we are considering 2 things. Number one, and I haven't spoken to Justin about this, but I was working on it late last night. He was still working with me till close to midnight. But bottom line to the deal is, I'm thinking that we may start our marathon, instead of doing a 24-hour online seminar live, we may do 2. We may do a pre-run first and do something, whether it's 6 hours or 12 hours. And what I want to do is I want to get participation in that. So one of the things I'm going to be reaching out to this week, and we're going to reward you guys for doing it. We don't want to entice you. We don't want you to do it because of, but what we're going to do is we're going to ask people to join us live. We're working on trying to find 250 people on like a Zoom call, or a couple of hundred people, 500 people, very similar to what we have planned for the main event when we're not doing a live event. However, we're going to have a bunch of questions and we'll pick certain people to come in. But in that marathon, what's going on, we'll have people where they'll have a sheet with a question answered. So we'll ask them to write the question down. So it would be something like, how long have you been involved with the company? Is it more than 6 months? And people put their hands up. So there's a concept behind this that you'll understand. So this week, we're going to be reaching out. We're going to offer you something to join us for a live. What we most probably, if we go with this concept, we most probably will roll out a smaller version before the main version. The reason being is we want a lot of celebrities. We want a lot of individuals, networks, TVs, non-profit organizations, NGOs, government officials, et cetera, to do as much as they can to get on our 24-hour one. And we want to do a pre-test to make sure that we know how to dance. We can get this thing done right. So bottom line to the deal is we are thinking about doing a smaller one. And if we do that, we'll most probably get that out here, possibly even the first week of June, and then back up the second one after that. We've also looked at another event venue that we're going to be participating. And there's one coming up here in Las Vegas, which is an international one that we anticipate to be at that one as well. So that's your updates for right now, Just. So we want to fire away, or does Elias want to come on and give a quick Spanish to our Spanish community and let them know what's going on? Elias, do we want to come on and say hello to everybody and give everybody a little update about the Facebook and where we are? Did we catch you out, Elias?
Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you, my brother?
Good, good. Thanks. Doing well, thank God.
Good, good.
Okay. Do you want me to cover everything that you explained just now, or just main points?
Explain what you feel they should need to know. Obviously, I'd like to let them know about the Facebook page and what we've done about tweaking different pages. So you go and explain to them whichever you feel. They have absolutely the same right as anybody else.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that right now.
Okay.
Hola, hola. Muy buenos días. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están todos por aquí? Y gracias por estar aquí. Tenemos unas actualizaciones sobre lo que está pasando en las campañas de correo electrónico, en las campañas de publicidad y todo esto. Y es muy importante estar al tanto de todo lo que está pasando. Tenían unas campañas y estaban trabajando súper bien, y ahorita están haciendo unas modificaciones todavía para mejorarla. También están trabajando con la página de Avazoo, que cuando una persona entra a la página sale una pantalla pequeña para informar a la persona cierta información muy interesante y muy importante por mientras que carga el sitio. Entonces, esas cosas de modificaciones, o este tipo de modificaciones y mejoras está pasando siempre. También está en las campañas de correo electrónico. En las campañas de correo electrónico también están mejorándola de una manera para tener mejor cobertura, mejor resultados en abrir los correos electrónicos. También están mejorando, van a poner videos, van a poner ciertos textos, cambiar las palabras, los textos. Todo este tipo de modificaciones es para mejorar el rendimiento, mejorar las campañas publicitarias, ¿verdad? En general. También tenemos las páginas de Facebook, tenemos las páginas de YouTube, tenemos, hay varias maneras para hacer hacer campañas publicitarias, ¿verdad? Y otra cosa, también están trabajando con un programa propio para mandar correos electrónicos. ¿Por qué razón? Porque están usando una empresa que pagan mensualmente y los resultados no son los esperados. Entonces, están haciendo un programa especial para mandar correos electrónicos con su propio IP para tener mejores resultados de toda la campaña. Okay, Dave. Gracias.
All right. So, right, guys. So hopefully you got a little general update of what we've got going on. So what we're going to do right now is open up for some Q&A. Obviously, we have people on from around the world. So if you missed Wednesday's call and there's any important questions, we certainly will cover them. If you've got any questions, jot them down here. As always, I try to be as transparent as I can. So feel free to ask whatever you need question-wise. Couple of things I do want to bring up, and I had got on my list here, and actual Graham just sent me a text. The monthly bonus program is now in effect. So we already added that this month. Now, the first set of prizes are not going to be as good as each monthly prizes will be as they generate going through. But there will be monthly prizes this month, and we'll eventually get that up onto the site so people understand that by going, they're also losing out on a prize. Graham just put a suggestion. Why don't we have a mini raffle type thing? Or not that exact word. It's a good job, Graham. The problem is we can't actually do something extra that falls in a different license category with our regulator. What we can do is our monthly bonus prizes, and we've already put that into gear. So that will go off on, I think it's the 8th of June, me on it. Award the winners on the marathon. That might possibly be it. But anyway, everything is good. And we are rocking and rolling. So go ahead, Just. Let's ask some questions.
All right. Okay, first question here says, I went to the YouTube playlist to share Avazoo intro videos with some friends and found that all the videos that are old, between 1 and 2 years old. Could you update the playlists with the current and new videos?
Good question, and I'm sure we can. I would think Jason Uziak, that is our guy that does our press releases. Him and his wife, well, not so much him. He's just been working like crazy hours on his other job. But at the same scenario, his wife has had some medical issues for the last month. She had surgery, and then she went and cut a finger, got a glass in the finger. And anyway, bottom line to do is he's had a lot going on. I'll reach out to him. I won't promise it'll be done first part of the week because we got some very important stuff we're working on right now. But I'll get them lists updated. So give me a few days and we'll get it updated. Something we just most probably have forgot about doing. So apologize, but we'll get it taken care of. Next question.
Okay, great. And I actually just made note of that. So we'll follow up with that right away. Next question here says, the AI voice used is nice, but I find to me it is actually getting boring to listen to. Could you look for a more emotional version of the voice? I know it's available from several AI voice apps.
Right. So we won't do that because we branded that voice. So it's like that horrible, annoying TikTok voice. Some people love it. Some people don't love it. So we branded that voice. That is a voice that we had 3-4 years ago. And we actually modified the voice to get it a separate tone. What we do is we take, after we do a standard voice message, we then go and take time out of that voice message to speed it up slightly. So if you've noticed, our videos or our audios are a little bit faster than normal speaking. What that does, it creates the person to listen a little bit higher. So we're about 3.5 seconds on every minute we take out, we speed it up. And that's been branded. So we wouldn't change it at this stage. We have thought about having a live person going and doing it. And yes, it's boring, annoying, whatever you want to call it. But guess what? You know the voice. So one of the things is when you brand something, you stick with it. So unfortunately, now what we did do, whoever asked the question, when we come up with that voice, we had about 40 different voices. We narrowed it down 1 week to 20, then the following week down to 10. So it was a vote process on it. And that's where we're at. So if we changed it now, we'd have to change everything. It's like a tune. Inside the app, when you open the app, there's a little 8-second tune unless you've got it turned off. That jingle is now branded in your head. So when you walk through a room, whether it's a hotel lobby or something, and that comes up on our TV advertisements, it'll ring a bell in your head. So it's branded. That's what they're for. But yes, I understand where you're coming from, and I am totally the same with some different voices, but no, it won't be changed. Next one.
Okay. And then I know you said that Graham reached out to you and you spoke briefly about his suggestions with the monthly raffle and bonus prizes. But
yeah, I didn't know what question on there. He texted me, Graham's, obviously a very close friend.
Yeah.
And so he texts me once he sees that we got a problem. The first thing he wants to do is jump in and help, which is amazing. He has so much going on. And he just sent me some incredible pictures of him. I've got to share with you. He had Cody out on the waterfront. The ocean was out and he was out playing. I'll send you some stuff.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Next question. But let me go into that a little bit more. So everybody understands we can't just come up with a game and say do it. We can't because of our legality. It really is challenging because we thought about having a bingo card that you go every day to. We used to have this in another company that we had, and each day you would pick your numbers, and if you win the bingo, you get a straight line or you get the 4 corners or whatever. And it created excitement to come, and there would be prizes every week. You could win $5, things of that nature. We went to the regulator about 2 years ago and asked him if we could use that bingo card. And he said, no, it would have to be regulated due to the fact it's under our initial license. Now, we can go back and try and ask again, but the bottom line is, unfortunately, we're not sure if he would do it. But I will ask, but whenever we add something, if it's a game where there is a money payout, then it has to be regulated. If it's we're given a gift and there's no entry fee like the monthly bonuses, then we can get away. So we're hoping the monthly bonuses will create some form of urgency. We actually know it's not. I know this sounds crazy. I was showing the guys yesterday on our spreadsheet from the actuaries put down. The growth on this program is like it goes along. and then it just jumps in that last month. In fact, it's over, I think it was 42 or 46 million, 42 million of our tickets will be sold in the last month. So, you know, and that's actually a little nerve-wracking because everything happens at once. You just can't get around it. From, you know, player support to technical issues, it happens all at once when you have to ramp up like that. But anyway, we'll see where we go this week on all the changes and see how the conversion is. If we can get people to understand that you can get involved and, you know, you're not buying one ticket, you know, that ticket is going to multiply just by doing your activities, then perhaps we can create some form. After the first raffle, the second raffle, when we announce it, it'll most probably be the reverse. People will want to come in straight away to get the ticket, so they've got 3 months, 4 months to go out and get as many entries. So it's, as always, you know, starting something new, there's always challenges. Next question.
Okay. Next question is actually a great question. I don't think this has ever been asked on a live call, but it says, what will happen if the $20, $50, and $100 tickets are exhausted and there are still syndicate and corporate tickets remaining? Will they be converted to singular tickets?
No. So number one, the only ones that has a limit on them is the $20 for 5 million tickets and the $50 for 5 million tickets. That's the only restrictions. So we left the $100 ticket open because if you don't sell all the syndicates, the $100 tickets will be available. But the 20 and the 50 are capped. So worst scenario was 5 million times $20, 5 million times $50, and the remainder 40 million times 100 is obviously $4 billion. So if they were all $100 tickets, we still meet our goal that what we set. So it's a number game, and it was put together by Richard and Paul. So no, you will never have that problem because the 101 stays open. So we don't sell any syndicate or any corporates, then we're still well covered. Next question.
Okay. Question. Binance Exchange has changed the deposit address of many accounts. How can we update our account address that we have submitted in our Avazoo account?
Don't know. Kelly brought it up to me, I think it was yesterday, and I'm not a crypto guy. I think you guys, most of you know me by now. That's usually covered by Sean. It will be one of the things Sean's will address once he gets back. We're telling him to take his time. We'll reach out to our guys, our tech guys, Roy, and see if there's we'll see if there's a way that Roy can find out more. But guys, I don't want to, I mean, unless Elias, you can come on and tell me more. I just don't like to go and give you guys any kind of knowledge or advice if I don't know nothing about it. I'm just as you know, I don't know. So Elias, maybe you can answer that question or at least enlighten people.
Yes, please. Can you repeat the question one more time, Justin?
Yes. Okay. Let me just locate it. Sorry about that. Okay. Question. Binance Exchange has changed the deposit address of many accounts. How can we update our account address that we have submitted in our Avazoo account?
Well, this is up to the tech guys of Avazoo. Maybe they could change or make a process to change the deposit address that was saved actually on Avazoo. This is nothing have to do with Binance, so it's going to be Avazoo who's going to change this.
Is it
because
just
it's not Binance?
Is it like just a simple field that we can just say
Yes.
update your field? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Elias. See, guys, I don't go out there and tell you to ride a single wheel bike, whatever they call them, because I don't know how to ride a single wheel bike. So when somebody asks me the question, I'm going to refer it. So now knowing what we're talking about, then it should be a simple process that the guys can write a field that says update your whatever Binance, and you'll be able to click on it and update it, hit the second time to approve it, and it should be done by the sounds of it. We'll verify on Monday, and I will let you know on Monday's update call. But thank you for the question. Elias, thank you for the help.
Yeah, thank you, Elias. All right, ready for the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The question is, I did not receive my 500 free entries while I participated in the previous meeting with Dave. When will they be added? And I could answer this if you'd like.
Well, I also want to answer a couple of other people because some people have
Sure.
reached out to me. And I'm not saying you are the individual, so please don't take that the wrong way. But there were requirements to receive the 500 free entries. And people didn't do the requirements for the 500 entries. Obviously, it's a name. So just turning up on a call and not completing the form doesn't get you your 500 entries. Now, I'm not saying that's your case, but I have had a couple of people reach out to me saying, hey, I never got the 500 entries. And when I went and looked, it literally, that person hasn't even gone and completed the form in. Now, Justin, if you want to go and tell them what's been going on this week while you're a little bit behind, then please feel free.
Yeah, no, I was just going to add the fact that it is a manual process. And because of that reason, we do, have a tendency to tell people that it could be up to, 7 days before they actually reflect in your dashboard. I did just finish adding everyone late last night. So if you haven't checked recently, please go and look in your dashboard first. And then if you still don't see them, then you could reach out to us and we'll be able to see if maybe you filled out the form incorrectly or what happened.
And a manual process is not as easy as you think. So
No.
because of the regulations, it's got to be double signed off. So if Justin's doing it with his team, it's still got to be reviewed and signed off. We get away with certain things, but we don't get away with everything. So guys, always be patient. Nobody's ever been. I want you all to understand this. I've said this on other calls. A free entry means nothing to us. It's another entry for you guys to increase your probability. In other words, there's not a cost in another free entry for us. Now, we are limited to what we can do. We can't just say, hey, it's Kelly and Elias's anniversary with the company, and we're going to give you 10,000 entries. We can't do that because it's built into our license with the regulator of what restrictions we can do and what we can't do. But saying that, entries don't cost us any money. It's your same number duplicated again and again. So there's no reason. And when we designed this, we designed it on a customer service kind of concept. We wanted to make sure that the number one killer of every business can be unhappy customers. If they complain, it causes problems. If they don't come back and buy again, you got to find to replace that person, and so on and so on. I'm not going to get into customer service, but we're very strong believing about customer service. So we can reward you with your entry. So anybody out there that feels, hey, they've taken our entries, there's no reason why we would do that, because they don't cost us. It's just a timing thing. And I throw Justin under the bus too often, where he'll say to me on a Saturday morning, hey, what are we doing today? And I'll say, oh, we're going to do 500 entries for so-and-so. And all of a sudden, he's not geared up for it. And you hear he is working at midnight last night. And that's a long day, from 9 o'clock in the morning to midnight, doing what he's doing. And all of our team the same way. So guys, if we're a little bit behind, when you go to like 500 entries or 200 entries and above, you get a lot more people on the calls. When you're below that, if you only do 100, you get about half of the people on the calls. We track all these numbers. Again, it's the entries that entice it, which is why we believe if we can get it shown on the website, the methodology of our game that is different, then what we'll see is, again, people will understand like how excited the entries are. That increases your probability so much. It's amazing. So anyway, go ahead. Just next question.
Okay. Next question says, I participated in the criteria recommended for the qualification into the round robin program, but I don't think I have been included yet.
That's a manual thing. And I told everybody a long time ago, when we start doing it, which is this week, that could take a month. We can't add you to a round robin and then have a problem. So we are literally checking your postings. We're going over to see if you've done them on the week 1, you've done them on the week 2, you've done them on week 3. We're going back and seeing if you've got sold any tickets through the holidays. Did they pay up, et cetera, et cetera. So that is a total manual thing. And I would not expect the round robin to be completed. In fact, I would say it wouldn't even be finished by the end of this month. The most probably target date would be the 15th of June. There's a lot of people to go into the round robin, and a lot of them have got to be checked. And then when they're checked, and we find a problem, we've got to let that person know the reason you didn't make the round robin is because of this, this, this. We don't want somebody out there saying, oh, I've done all this work and I didn't get in the round robin. Yeah, we understand, but we've also got to do it. We are audited and regulated. So hopefully the round robins will go quicker, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you any promises, guys. But be prepared. It'll happen when it happens, and be blessed when you're blessed. Next question.
Okay. It says, what happens if you are involved with a few social media sites, yet the profile in the CRC indicates about 19? And we've had this question a few times, I think, actually.
About 19? You mean as in the questions when you go to sign up?
Yeah, like in the profile to fill out.
Yeah, the profile question, guys, is done for 2 parts. Okay, number 1 part, we're not even there. Okay, that's the first part. And then part number 2, we have to get part number 1 finished before you get to part 2. What we mean by that is, once we start now marketing, which is what we're beginning right now, this week was our first official week. Now what will happen is we'll start getting engagement. Once we start to get engagement, now we can reach out to different places to get people to be involved with them engagements. So for example, if you had we might go back to you and say, for the first 1,000 people that had a MySpace page, please send us a front copy of your page of MySpace. And what we'll do is we'll get an image of that posted, and the first 1,000 people may win something, whatever it would be. So all of the questions, what were designed in there, or 99% of the questions, that's why it's completely up to you whether you fill them in or not, is so that we know more about the person. For example, if we want to wish you a happy birthday, well, if we're trying to break the record of wishing the people, which we are, that is one of our goals. It's on the wall that we want to get the Guinness Book of Record of the most birthday wishes, the same with the most anniversary wishes, and so on and so on. Well, if we can go out to all of your social sites, every single one of them, and wish you a happy birthday, that's where we ask you for the links. That's what it's all about. So each one of those questions in there is related to something as a design, so we know more about you. For example, I haven't looked at the questions for a long time, but what's your favorite restaurant? Guys, if you have a favorite restaurant, and I don't know if it said how many times you visit there a week, I think it said a couple of times. If we call your house and we have a monthly bonus prize to give to you, and you don't know what it is, right? It could be a $40,000 Rolex watch, and we come knocking on your door and you're not at home, then we've come a long way and we can't find you. We can't call you because we don't want a surprise. We want that surprise look on the camera. So we've asked you for additional people's contacts. So, he's down at his restaurant, or they're down at the restaurant, or she's down at the restaurant. So we come down to your restaurant now, but instead of just cold turkey walking in the restaurant, we know that it's your favorite restaurant. So there's a possibility that people would recognize you. So that everything in there is designed so as we progress through this. And guys, this is not all going to happen in 1 month. This is a major years of working, putting together. Facebook didn't just open on YouTube day 1 and have everything they have today. So guys, them questions in there are designed to get engagement, but mainly for awards, surprises, coming to see you. I mean, I'd hate to come all the way to Australia and can't find Kelly and Dave to go and see them because they're out for the day, so it's a long way to go to Australia and then you can't find them, or wherever in the world. So that's what that's all designed for. It's your option to fill them in, and we rewarded you. You got 10 entries for each question you filled in, and you can update that whenever you want to. Next question, Justin.
Okay, great. And if it's okay with you, if I could just add to that with the question, he said that what happens if you are only involved in a few social media sites, yet the profile indicates that you have to fill out more? Well, even if you don't use those social sites, we recommend that you just open up those accounts. That way you can fill out those fields and get your free entries. Even if you don't use like Twitter, for instance, or LinkedIn, you might as well open up those accounts, fill them in, so that way you're getting some credit for it.
Right. So, guys, I don't have some of them sites out there. I actually do have a MySpace page, which is the first one I think I ever signed up for. But certain countries won't allow certain ones. So you can only fill in what you can fill in. And if you're fortunate and you get blessed, you get everything, then great. There's a bonus there, but do what you can do, and that's all you need to do.
Perfect. Awesome.
Elias is come on, bud.
Okay, I have a question now.
Awesome.
So he overrides. He just comes onto the screen and says, "I have the question." Go ahead, brother.
Okay, what if a person, instead of using his own social network, he uses the one for his son or her daughter or his husband, wife, whatever?
I don't think it'll create any problems. It's to wish that person happy birthday, happy anniversary. We got certain things, Elias, that we want to try and get in the Guinness Book of Records. And it's just things that we've added over the years. So if we can get you 20 million birthday wishes or 30 million wedding anniversaries, I mean, that's a pretty good target. So yeah, I don't see any reason why you can't have it out there on other social sites, because you're the one what's getting, the person who's wishing you happy birthday. Right now, people put up, "Hey, can you wish happy birthday to my son or my daughter?" And people do it. So I don't see any reason why you can't do that.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Next question.
Okay. If someone wins in any category and happens to move from his or her original country of residence to a new country permanently, for an extended period of time, how will that affect their eligibility for receiving that award?
Say that again, Just.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm looking at all these messages rolling up, and they're having conversations. I don't know how they can understand what we're talking about because they've got their own conversation going on. But anyway, go ahead and tell me.
Okay, so if someone wins in any category and happens to have moved from his or her original country of residence to a new country permanently or for an extended period, how will that affect their eligibility for receiving that award?
I mean, I can't see a problem right now unless you have moved to a country that forbids something. I mean, I don't know how that law would work. I mean, what I'm saying is, if you bought the ticket from an existing country, allowed you to buy the ticket, and then you move to another country that also, then there's no issues at all. If you win the jackpot prize and move to a country that is forbidden for gambling or something, there could be a problem. I don't know. But in reference to us, it wouldn't make a difference. We've already had that happen to a couple of people. That one particular family was living in the US, is now living in the Philippines, and they wanted to buy a ticket in the Philippines. And we said, well, you can't, because that's a restricted country as well. So people will move. That happens. That goes on every day. So no problem.
Yep. Okay, great. Next question here says, actually, this is kind of in the same ballpark, different person, but it's almost similar question. I am planning to go out of my country for more than 1 year. Can I get all of my previous entries and continue new entries with a different mobile number, or would it affect my entries?
Mobile numbers can be changed. Your secondary numbers can be changed. Even your name can be changed if you get married, but you cannot change your email address. Now, there may be a process that you may have to do. For example, if you have a name change, you may have to provide to us the legal documentation that my name went from blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah. So that would be something that you may have to provide documentation. If it's a phone number, that is actually a KYC requirement for us as a company, that by law and also by the licensing, if you're a winner of prize, we must have 3 separate attempts to reach you. So one of them is a phone call, one of them is an email, and one of them is a text message. So if you're the winner and you don't respond to one of those 3 opportunities to get contacted, then after the period of time, which I think for some reason is 90 days, I'm not 100%, I have to read on it. After 90 days, your prize then goes to a charity. So we have to have 3 ways to reach you. So always keep your mobile number updated. Your email address is the ticket number anyway. And there is a third number that was requested which is an alternate phone number. Yeah, keep them always updated. There's not a problem. The only thing you cannot change is your email address.
Perfect. Okay. Next question here says, I've gone to the famous people section on the CRC, but I can't get a full score, but I have every answer filled out.
That is a question really for you. But I would talk about the CRC, guys. There's a lot of changes starting to happen there finally. I know Deanna's been behind, and Deanna's had a rough time going on with her sister, and hopefully she's getting better. You'll start to see some new look, some new approaches, a lot of new stuff being added. This is not version 2.2. This is still version 2.1. However, 2.2 will be even different than this. Right now, they are cleaning up this, making it easier to use, knowing that we're starting the marketing. So, and I think a lot of these questions are coming up just because the profile now is back up onto the top of the page on the right side. Yeah. So, in reference to any of those questions, we did have one of them that was not holding. So, just that's really your question to answer, or your team.
Yeah, we would need to do a little bit more troubleshooting to find out what's causing that issue. But I will say we did receive a ticket from someone this past week with the same problem. And what we did is we had Roy and his team just update it manually for that customer. So if you do have an issue, I would say reach out to our help desk so we can at least get that resolved for you. And then we'll look into any possible bug with the profile. But
right. We will be adding I may introduce some stuff on Monday just to create some excitement in the CRC. I got a couple of things going on, but I don't know whether it'll be Monday, but it'll be very, very soon. We'll be adding some stuff, activity things to get you guys involved in. I know we've got a list. And when I say a list, it's like 3 pages long from the movie director that he wants us to start working on. Bill's got questions on the documentary. So we may start adding some stuff this week. But again, we want to make sure things are updated in the CRC as we start moving. Guys, this could be one single Saturday morning. Like right now, this call could be going on and somebody's here watching us on Facebook who didn't know about us and says, hey, I like that concept. Let me do some due diligence, and boom. And all of a sudden, he's the head of a network and he goes on a TV network. And the next thing you know, it's broadcasted on worldwide networks. It doesn't take a lot to get something like this viral. What we're trying to do right now is clean up all the loose little ends that we've been talking to you about for a couple of months. Hey, that's got to go on hold until we can get the tickets where we're at. Now we're going back, punching out them lists. And it'll take us another couple of weeks to go through the list. Like your dashboard's got some stuff missing on it that you're not aware of, but we're going to put it on there. So there's things like that you're going to start seeing over this next couple of weeks. Next question.
Okay. Most people here are qualified for the first raffle and the 12th raffle. Are we qualified to buy any of the raffles between 2 and 11?
Yeah, you absolutely. Not only are you qualified, if you, the moment, the way it works at the moment, you're in the round. If you're in the round robin, you're in the round robin. If you're a $100 VIP ticket, you're in the first raffle and the 12th raffle. If you're a $20 ticket holder or a $50 ticket holder, you're only in the first raffle. You also, it's $100, you're entitled to the monthly bonus. If you're a $20 ticket, you're not entitled to the monthly bonus. If you are, there's different categories to each of the tickets, creating somebody to go a little bit higher. So we create more money, but max without people going into debt at $100. After that, it's syndicate or corporate. So yes, the idea is you come in, but if you're in the round robin and you don't buy a ticket in the second round, we have not yet got it approved, but we are hoping that everybody that's in the round robin will stay there for life. Now, listen, everybody listen carefully, because I know you have your own TV show going on and your phones are ringing, the kids are playing and all that. Do not go out there and say, Dave said, oh, we're in the round robin forever. The hope is that what we put in the round robin this time around will be locked to you for as long as Avazoo goes. But at the moment, the regulator has not signed off on that. And he has a real tough time with, people that aren't getting the word out with the company. So that's most probably going to be a step-by-step process. If he approves it, at the end of the first raffle to go into raffle number 2, he's most probably going to say, let's go through name by name. Elias, okay, he's on the calls. Kelly's on the calls. They do their postings. They built a team. Yep, he's entitled to do it. Boom. So it will be what it's always been with the company. For those that are sharing our mission with people around the world, those who see our vision, those who know that, hey, Rome wasn't built in a day and we're going to trip up more times than what we can run the first time around. If you're that type person, and a lot of you are on this call today are that type person, then I'm hoping and praying that you will be rewarded forever and ever as long as Avazoo's going, which is the round robin. But at the moment, it is not set up that way. So to answer your question, if you don't buy a ticket in that following raffle, and if we got you in the round robin, you would automatically lose that spot in the round robin. Business is business. Okay, we're giving you a free spot. It's costing you $20. If you're not willing to spend the $20 on raffle 2, then why would we give you all of the round robin people? So it's one hand kind of shakes the other hand, if you know what I mean. So, but anyway, guys, maybe I went on too much about that, Justin, but it's important to people to understand. At the current time you go into round robin, it's raffle 1 only.
Yes, I agree. That was important to go into that. Yeah.
Cool. What else we got?
Okay. What is the purpose of the wallet amount showing 0 as after the raffle amount will? This is kind of worded interesting. It says after the raffle amount will be affected in the app. So I'm not sure. Maybe do you understand what they're saying? What they're asking?
Well, the wallet in your wallet is that had to be approved. It's one of the things we had to have approved a long time ago. So inside your dashboard, you have a wallet, and that wallet will show 0. If there was a reason you was getting paid a referral bonus, like a celebrity, then you will be able to draw money out of that wallet on a daily basis. Or if you're a influencer, which start next week, they get a referral bonus. They will be able to take that money out of them accounts as they produce and do things for the company. If it's a store, an AAP store, they get up to 5% on each ticket sale. That will go into the wallet and they can click a button and draw the money and take it straight to their account. In reference to somebody that doesn't have any eligibility for receiving a commission, they do, or hopefully will have winnings. That winnings up to $25,000 will go inside that wallet. And from that wallet, you will transfer it to wherever you want to go. $25,000 and the higher prizes will go through a wire, bank-to-bank wire. Up to $25,000 will be paid out through the wallets. Next question.
Okay. Here's an interesting question that we actually were just discussing this past week. Can I upgrade my ticket from the $20 to the $50 or $100?
Yes. And the tech teams are making this easier because some people have been in so long. So you will see a new button when you go to make a payment and you'll be able to upgrade. If you've already made your payment, you will not be able to upgrade. So if you already made a payment, if you received a free $20 ticket and you would like to upgrade, you will be able to do that and make the payment. But if you've already made the payment, you cannot upgrade. It's a one-time shot deal. Unfortunately, raffle 2, you can obviously upgrade. So it depends on how you got your initial ticket is the answer to it. And there will be a little button that allows you to upgrade, or at the same time, if you signed up for a $100 ticket and you didn't make the payment, you'll be able to downgrade to the $20 ticket. And you'll actually be able to put yourself on a payment program as well. So we are trying to help as many people as we can. You know, remember, guys, we don't survive off of the ticket revenue. We don't see 70% of it. It's gone. We have to survive, run the company, do the marketing, do everything on the 30% side of the company. And out of that 30%, there is now 10% in fees that we have to pay out, plus 10% in royalties to people. So it's making it challenging, to be honest with you. So, but we'll be okay. We'll survive. We can make it happen. God's got us.
Yes. All right. Next question here is from Kelly. She says, in regards for personal signups, are they evergreen with us?
Are they evergreen?
Evergreen. I actually had to ask her what that meant because that might be an Aussie Aussie term. But she said
Evergreen.
lifetime. She said lifetime is what it means.
Oh, yeah. So if you have signed somebody up and there's a certain date that we introduced it, anything prior to that date is going to be challenging. If you remember how I explained it, Kelly, we're not sure if we're going to be able to get them people on board because the way we had to delete people and there was a lot of signups with people that there were problems. Let's just leave it like that. There were problems. So if you remember, Kelly, I said from that date backwards, I couldn't guarantee it. From that date forwards, then anybody that signed up to you is assigned to you as your winning line, not downline, winning line. That means if you, as long as you participate in the raffle, any of them people that win and you're entitled to a supplementary bonus. If it's the $1 billion, you get the million. That's locked to you. Now, just make sure. So listen up again, guys, everybody. Turn that TV down for a second because this is a real tricky one that can come back and bite me in the ass. Excuse my French. I apologize, ladies. If you sign somebody up today and they buy a ticket, that person is now no longer an orphan. You're the parent of that person. That person wins $1 billion, you receive $1 million. If that person wins the second prize of $1 million, you win that referral bonus, right? That is locked to you. If in 2 years from now you don't speak to that orphan, or 10 years from now you don't speak to that orphan, and that orphan wins, that person is locked to you as long as you are actively in the raffle. Actively in the raffle. You can't win it if you didn't have a raffle ticket in that raffle. I think that's kind of common sense. I don't need to explain it. However, previous people, there was a date that there was a lot of complications in individuals. Ambassador didn't sign off, didn't do this. They didn't have profile pictures. There were just so many different things that happened. Them people are not in your winning line. We don't have a way to track it, put it together. So I'm sorry about them people, but from the day I announced onwards, which I think was right around the end of February, Kelly, I'll find out. And from that day onwards, anybody you put in there for you. Guys, this is, I mean, think about it. You're doing the work one time. In fact, Graham was the one that called me and said, man, that's life-changing for so many people. It is, because you've done the work once. And the more people you get in with the tickets, or the more orphans you get from the round robin, you know, you could easily have 5,000, 10,000 people out there that you've signed up. And that's your lifeline for a long time to come. I mean, you literally could get every one of those people in the second prize. I mean, it could happen. Not saying it will. It could. That's $10 million in referral bonus, 100 people. So anyway, next question.
Okay. Hi, Dave. From the beginning, you did not tell us that the $20 will not be entitled for monthly bonuses. Why just now? Please kindly show mercy because we have been with Avazoo for so long.
Well, you read the terms and conditions. You've seen the videos. We at the beginning explained all the programs. It's everything. The $20 program does not include the monthly bonuses, and it does not include the D-Day raffle. It's been shared with you 101 times. It has never been hidden. Everybody's aware of it. You agreed to it when you signed up. Did you read the terms and conditions? That it says, please read the terms and conditions. It explains it, guys, that the $20 program is a one-shot raffle ticket entry. Yes, we did increase because originally the $20 ticket wouldn't even let you have free entries. It was a one-shot ticket thing. Because we met so many good people, we had that program changed that you can receive free entries. After this first raffle 2, the $20 ticket gets one entry, period. That's why I say you guys are at the foundation of something very, very exciting going to happen, and you're locked in. So, but you are aware of it. It's been discussed. It was on training calls. There was a video, depending on how long you've been in with the company, that when you went to that company, Hawk done a presentation that you actually had to sign off before you could go over to even our website to sign up, and it explained in that video of each of the breakdown of the programs. So I'm sorry if you missed it, but there is nothing I can do about it. It does not include you into the monthly bonus prizes. And again, it has been shared again and again and again with you.
Okay. Next question here says, can someone who has free entries buy tickets to secure chances of winning? So you might want to clarify that one for people.
Say the question again.
Yeah. So can someone who has free entries buy tickets to secure their chance of winning?
Well, you would. Why would you want to do that? If you buy another ticket, you're direct competition. Number one, the way the license and the game's rules and regulations are, you can only own one ticket entry.
Real quick, if I could just intervene, I think at least the way I'm understanding it is, I think this person thinks that their free entries already count as a ticket, but they still need an entry into the raffle. So that's why I said you might want to clarify that if they have free entries.
You've confused me even more.
Well, let me read it one more time. It says, can someone who has free entries buy a ticket to secure their chance of winning? Well, they need a ticket anyway to be a part of the raffle.
Yeah, if you're getting free entries, somehow, some way, you either got a complimentary free raffle ticket, you purchased a ticket, or you was given one from a friend, a gift or whatever, a promotional ticket. So, excuse me. So you own a ticket before you can get free entries. So if you signed up for that ticket and you had an obligation to make a payment, if you don't make that payment, then all them entries and your account will be non-existent. It will go away. So if it was something that you made a commitment to making a payment, then you need to make the payment to keep them entries. However, you would never want to go and buy. When I created this, guys, I don't want somebody to go in debt because of the size of the prize. Look, people say, Dave, why do you use that word? I'm relying on human greed that unfortunately we have. Some have it a lot more than others, but we're relying on the greed factor that people want to buy tickets into the raffle. We didn't create it. We didn't design it in that sense. What we done is we looked at other raffles or lotteries, because there is no raffle. And we found out that, if the lottery is at 10 million, people don't go and buy a ticket. They just stop on the way home and it catches their eye on the counter and they buy a ticket. They won't get in the car and they won't drive off and they won't turn around and actually buy a ticket. However, if you are 100 million, people will do something. If you're at 500 million, people will go out of their way. If you get to $1 billion, then what happens is people will go, drive in this state from Nevada to California. They drive because there's no lottery tickets in Nevada. Even though we're the gambling capital of the world in Las Vegas, we don't have a lottery. They're trying to get one approved, but they don't have it yet. So we use that human natural, hey, the bigger the prize, the more I want to get into it. So when we started this off, we knew that it could put people into debt. People literally would spend all their money and say, hey, look, something to lose. There's the last paycheck, $200, and the kids lose out from diapers, and the kids lose out from school education. You don't pay your electric bill, whatever. So we never wanted that to happen. So you could only buy one ticket, one raffle. Okay, every raffle you're entitled to one ticket. So if you buy $100 ticket, okay, on raffle 1, it puts you in the D-Day. In raffle 2, you buy $100 ticket. At the current time, it doesn't put you in the D-Day. That's just for the first promotional raffle. If it did, you would be able to buy another raffle ticket in raffle 2, and you would be able to have the one in D-Day, but it would be ×2. If we don't give it, then you would have only one from the first raffle plus D-Day, and then the second raffle would be an individual ticket just for that. So, guys, we don't want anybody to go into debt. We want you to take the system, and we want you to get excited by getting the free entries, by doing things, motivating people, helping them health-wise. I mean, you know, we got Precious. I saw him on here earlier. Precious just gone through some surgery, but I'm here. You're doing a lot better, Precious. God bless you, brother. We've been praying for you. Keith brought it up to our attention what you've been going through. Look, we want to help people. You know, if we start guiding off of that a little bit, before you know it, an inch goes to a foot goes to a yard goes to a mile, you know. So we're staying focused, we're staying whole, we're not budging. So you can only buy one ticket, and you can get unlimited tickets by doing good deeds. We reward you, and we're starting to put that in play. We have now in the app, some of you see different banners and other people see, because it's now geo tracked. So right now we're really focusing on India, Bangladesh, because of all the weather they've had up in there, and the people. So there's banners there. People that do more get rewarded more. They might get 100 entries each time they go and do something, whether it's drop water off at the water bank or food off at the food bank. So there's a system. You're not going to learn it overnight. It takes some time to learn it. But in 3 years from now, everybody will understand what this game is all about and how it works. And they'll understand, hey, I buy one ticket, and now I go out and do good deeds, and I get rewarded with entries. So that natural desire for more, because people don't like me to use the word greed, you're about to accomplish that natural desire by doing good things, okay? So you don't need to buy another ticket, and that would be direct competition. Yeah, that person might be the one who wins the winning ticket, and then you didn't get it. So we don't want anybody to have more than one ticket. Unlimited free entries. Next question.
Okay, great. Thank you for answering that. And sometimes I know we have new people on the call, so it's good to go over that every time. So that's actually it for questions. I don't have any more in the chat.
Cool. Okay. All right, so guys, we're going to wrap the call up right now. We got a busy week ahead of us. We will be doing a Monday update call. We possibly could introduce a few additional games and stuff in there so you can get excited. We may end up waiting another week before we do that. We do know that next weekend is Memorial Weekend, so we are going to not be doing the call next Saturday unless there's a special guest that potentially could join us. If he gets the approval from his attorneys, he's very excited about joining and getting started. So we may end up having a special call next weekend. We'll let you know. There are a bunch of landing pages that are up. You will start seeing them. There's more videos coming out this week that we've already got some up. You will see them. What we're doing now, guys, is we are taking your efforts and fine-tuning that to a machine that signs up people. So if you see changes and you go on your end, wonder why they done that, just bear with us. Sometimes you throw things at the wall and they don't stick. We will try different things. I've never been frightened of trying different things. We're not going gray line. We're not going over there, but we'll try different things to get the right type people involved. You know, if we need to go out and just go after gambling addiction people, then we'll do that. But that's not on our list today. Our list today is to find people that believe in what we're doing, our mission, our cause, and getting them people on board. Sometimes things are a little bit challenging at the beginning. So bear with us, but we have started the marketing. We are seeing some of the problems you guys had. So, you know, it's kind of nice to see that. We heard about it, but because we weren't marketing. Now it's just a matter of getting hits to the site. There are a lot of people out there offer traffic to sites. You know, that's important to track it. You know, where does it come from? What did it do? Did it sign up? How far down the page did it go? Did it watch the video, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So we do know from this week alone that we're getting traffic to the site. We're just not getting them to press the button to make the payment. Now, some people might say, well, are you sure it's that and it's not the payment system? Remember, we have another MasterCard, Visa card payment system. I know there's something going on with Binance. So, but it's not that. They're not clicking on the page to start the submission form. So we need to create the urgency that, hey, you're here, but you may end up losing out. And if you're not losing out from a raffle ticket, you're definitely losing out from all these free entry, increase your probability. So we are tweaking and changing things, guys. Hang in there. Keep with us. We'll be doing it, and we'll be making things the best we can. We've also got something coming up on an entry program as well that we are going to be able to trade off. We'll explain that next week. But guys, be blessed. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday for the company update. I will see you on Wednesday, but we won't see you next week unless this particular person gets the approval to come on board. All right, guys, be blessed. Thank you, Elias. Thank you, Justin. Have a great weekend. Love to all your families. Be safe. God bless. Thank you, guys.